Hey guys, this is Camfrey15 and I'm back with another video, and this is Batwoman Season 1 Episode 9 and Crisis on Infinite Earths Episode 2. So this episode was a really good episode. Well, I th- I would say some of the things I thought it was a good episode, not as good, not as like good as the first episode was. But I'll say with some of the things they put in this, it made this episode really eventful when, it came to certain moments, especially that ending. Um, I'm gonna plug in a quick reference. Well, actually, I'll probably talk about this later, but it kind of deals with the Black Lightning episode that happened tonight. Um, all I just got to say is this. I'll talk about it more later tonight, but if you're debating on what, well, if you haven't seen it, but if you haven't seen it and you want to watch the rerun, and you're having questions, should you watch the entire episode? I wouldn't say watch the entire episode of Black Lightning, because literally, I would say until like 5 minutes left in the episode, it really only covers Black Lightning stuff. So if you've been watching the show Black Lightning, you'll know what's going on. Now, as for the last 5 minutes, you can, as for the last 5 minutes, I'd say check it out if you don't watch Black Lightning. But I'll just say like Avengers Endgame are the last 5 minutes of Black Lightning's episode was kind of like Ant-Man and the Wasp, essentially. But I'll talk more about that later in the tail end of this video. But anyways, Crisis on Infinite Earths, episode 2, Batwoman, episode 9 of season 1. This episode focuses more really on the Batwoman's little overarching plot from her season. So again, I'll point that out later in the review. So if you haven't been seeing Batwoman, um, just be forewarned for spoilers for that season if you were planning on not watching it. But if you're not watching, I bet you don't care because not a lot of people like the show from what I heard. But it is what it is. I think it's a good show. Yeah. Um, but yeah. So, anyways, coming off episode 1 after Jesus, the shocking death of freaking Oliver Queen that I did not see coming whatsoever. Still to this day, I'm still shocked that they cut him off this early. Um, so anyways, the episode starts off with Sarah, Kara, and Kate basically, drinking or like, taking a shot over Oliver's death, and Kara's like, this should have never happened. And basically, you know, Kara is like, she's also talking about her Earth and stuff like that. And I guess Sarah kind of lashes out her and she's like, why are you worried basically more about your Earth, about more people, about yeah, and basically she said Oliver just died. Why are you worrying about like the other people? Not to say like it's not like I'm not affected by that either, but still, it's like one of our best chance to win, you know, doesn't happen. So yeah, basically the two have a little argument, and then Kara kind of walks off and stuff like that. Another thing while the episode happens, I did take notes. I did take notes today because man, if I did not take notes tonight, I would probably not remember half the things that happened in this episode. So I took my notes. One of the first notes I took is when they were over talking some things, especially after the Oliver death, before the monitor starts talking to them. Lila talks to, I believe, um, Barry, or no, she talks to Sarah, and basically Sarah asks like, "Where's Diggle?" Because still we don't know where Diggle's at. He's still gone. Well, technically the other Arrow characters have been out of this. Like basically the side characters of some of the DC TV shows have been out. Especially well the Team Flash, and really Team Arrow have been out. And basically Lila confirms that she still has not told um Diggle that Oliver basically died. So obviously when we know what happens to Oliver, but you know when Diggle finds out, oh wait, Oliver died and you never even told me, that's gonna break off more trust between her and him. Anyways, you know, the Monitor says he needs to go get the basically Legend ship, the Wave Rider, and basically Lila goes to Earth 74 to pick up the Wave Rider, and we see Heat Wave. Now I actually had to look up the dude's name because I don't watch Legends personally. Um, I not to say that I'm not a fan of Legends. I like their characters. I think their characters are cool. I just don't think the show, in my opinion, is intriguing to watch. That's just me, but whatever. But anyways, you know, the whole gang is huddled up talking about like stuff. Obviously, Barry's over there in the corner. He's literally pissed the hell off at the Monitor. He don't give no f's. He's pissed off at the Monitor. You can easily tell from basically the words Barry's is spewing from his mouth because now he just like you didn't even do this. Now our best one of our friends died and stuff like that. Also, another thing that kind of gets the Monitor to lose trust in mostly Kara and Barry even more is the fact that he just pulls out the Book of Destiny. He's like, yeah, I kind of went back and kind of, saved it and retrieved the Book of Destiny from the past, basically. Even though from the last crossover, the Book of Destiny was destroyed. But, the Monitor's still hiding some things and stuff like that, and he's not telling us some things, you know. Um, so yeah, like I said, I put in my notes. Barry is basically pissed off the Monitor, and again, Kara and Barry, when they find out, oh yeah, the Book of Destiny, oh yeah, I've had it this entire time. Still, they get even more pissed at the Monitor. So, anyways, basically, He's basically doing this monologue. The Monitor is doing this monologue, and during this monologue, obviously, Lois and Superman's baby is like crying through every time. So they do like quick, nice pauses. It was like little funny gag scene. And Heat Wave eventually gets the baby, and the baby just basically, and the baby's John, right? Yeah, baby stops crying, and they just walk off and stuff like that. So, anyways, the Monitor um tells the other heroes that look, we need 7 Paragons. There are Paragons out there, and these are these 7 heroes that we need um, to basically have as the Paragons. So basically, he mentions that you have 1 Paragon's basically in Gotham City, another pair on a different Earth, another Paragon is basically a distressed, Kryptonian, hinting at Kingdom Come Superman. And then he also mentions that Kara and Sarah are both Paragons. Kara is the Paragon of Hope, while Sarah is the Paragon of Destiny. So yeah, and the Monitor also reveals that they need to hurry because as the troops for the Anti Monitor prepares for battle, the Anti Monitor is obviously getting stronger, and the Monitor confirms that as the Anti Monitor is getting stronger, he is getting weaker at the same time. So I guess it kind of answers the question for some people that, well, if the Monitor's all powerful, why can't he do this? Why can't he do that? Well, I guess he gave his explanation because he's slowly losing his full power. Anyways, and another thing I forgot to say, I didn't really understand this, and this from last night's episode at the end when Pariah showed up. Um, I know I didn't say this in my video because I kind of was humming along, and I kind of wasn't paying attention because I was more worried about the Oliver death scene at the time. But basically, Pariah is the guy that are Nash Wells. I mean, you remember for the Flash when when he kept hearing those overarching voices. Yeah, that was the Anti Monitor, and he set free the Anti Monitor. So yeah, Nash Wells screwed up too. So yeah. Um. Anyways, we cut later into the episode, and then the Monitor eventually tells Kara, or actually, we see John Cryer make his appearance again. It's always good to see John Cryer. I thought John Cryer last season for Supergirl literally was one of the best characters, and personally, honestly, saved season 4 for me, in my opinion. He was really good. But anyways, Lex Luthor starts talking when Kara's like still technically mourning over Earth 38, And basically, Kara, which adds to her fuel the fire of her getting pissed, is from the aspect that basically she's upset that the Monitor revived Lex Luthor. And basically the Monitor throughout this entire episode is like, it's okay. He has his part to play in this. And it's like this even gets Kara even more upset because of that. Because if you know, really that's it. So then, things happen, and well, some time passes. Kara and Kate actually have a little discussion and stuff like that. And Kate always tells Kara, like, you don't really sound like, you're a paragon of hope, even though you seem like a very hopeful person. And he's like, and she basically says, let's go get Batman, basically, or you want to go see Bruce Wayne or something like that. So basically, they leave, and then it cuts over to Lila, basically, and Lila's having this whole distress thing. When basically the Monitor opened up the Book of Destiny, Lila's getting like these head, vision, not these head visions, but like she's getting headaches, and this voice talking in her head. She basically runs into Lex opening up the Book of Destiny, and basically Lex just takes the books in Destiny, and he basically like, yeah, I'm going to go kill all the Superman, right? All the Superman in every Earth now. So he basically dips and goes to another Earth, and basically the Monitor shows up. Lila questions him, and basically the Monitor says the same thing. And Monitor's not really phased. He's like, he's got his part to play, and I'm like, okay, see, now this is the part where it was like, okay, now you're just getting on my last damn nerves, Monitor. You're getting on my last nerves. What the hell? You need to start talking. So anyways, yeah. Um, I think we come back from commercial break, and it cuts to what Barry and Mia are doing, and it is revealed that Barry and Mia want to use the Lazarus Pit to revive Oliver. So obviously, people knew that Oliver, even though he died, was gonna still come back for at least the end of the till the end of the crossover. So they're gonna use the other Earth. Now Sarah's against this at first because she, especially telling Mia, because she's saying to Mia, because from her experience, she knows what the Lazarus Pit can do, and she basically tells me, look, the moment we put him in there, he's gonna lose his soul. The father you once knew, is gonna basically be dead. He's gonna be a monster, basically. So, but Mia basically says, I don't give. Basically, Mia says, I don't give no, f's about it. I'm going to save my dad, and I'm going to revive him using the Lazarus Pit. So, I found that interesting. Um, Now it later cuts to Earth 99, where Kara and Kate go get Bruce, which he is supposed to be the paragon of courage. Um, so they basically knock on the first door, and we see Luke. So if you haven't been watching Batwoman, Luke Fox is basically, in other words, basically in a way, Kate Kane's like Alfred, our headset person, you know, um, basically watching her back, like, from Spider-Man Homecoming, in the chair dude, when Ned was referencing that. Um, he basically looks like he's some type of gangster guy, or like some kind of guy that's just like, oh, just, past the dawn of day of like even giving a F. I found it a funny. I found it a funny scene because Kara and Kate were talking about that, and Kara was like, "You know him?" He's like, "Well, yeah, I know him. Not this type of person. He's not." And Kara's like, "What? Is he bad?" He's like, "No, he's good on my earth." But I thought it was funny because Kara said, "Oh, he's kind of." I think she said he's kind of cute or something like that, and then Kate gave him that look like, "Bleh, like what are you talking about?" And or she's like, yuck. So does Kara have something for Luke? I don't know. What the hell? I think it's because the muscles. I don't know. He was jacked. He was jacked. So I'm just saying, no homo, but the dude was jacked. Um, but anyways, they walk into the house. They basically Kara's just kicks the door open, and boom, just walks in there. then Luke pulls out a gun. He's like, "Look, what the hell are you doing?" So Kara basically steps in because she can take bullets. But then that's when we see Kevin Conroy portraying Bruce Wayne as Batman. And oh my goodness, he comes down the stairs in a basically exoskeleton suit, and he sees Kate, and you saw from the trailer, and he's like, Kate, and stuff like that. So yeah, Kate and Kate and Bruce have a talk, and basically, Bruce reveals, or as they're talking, Bruce is like, "This makes no sense. You're like supposed to be dead," and Kate's like, "Wait, I'm dead." And yeah, basically Bruce reveals to Kate that she died 5 years ago, because she was basically doing technically what our Kate is doing right now, and that's being Batwoman, and she died. So yeah. Um we later cut to what, what Superman and Lois are doing. Earlier in the episode we see Barry and Iris talking on the Wave Rider, and that's where we also get the confirmation from Barry that they're gonna use the Lazarus pit to try to revive Oliver. But Iris also says that she's going with Clark and Lois to find the Superman, the Paragon, which is obviously Kingdom Come Superman. Anyways, Superman and Lois go to Earth 75, and Lois tells Earth 38 Superman. I'm gonna just say that for the rest of the video because I swear there's like 3 different Supermans that show up this episode. Are well, a lot more Supermen, but Lois tells Earth 38 Superman, like, yeah, Iris said that Lex is free and he has the Book of Destiny, basically. And they pan to the camera and they show the screen where they show they show Earth 75 Superman dead. Or they have the thing like Superman has died. And it has Lois Lane crying. And it was like that shot from the final trailer where it's like, what the hell is going on here? So yeah, Lex Luthor's going around to different Earths killing off other Supermans and stuff like that. Um, and then they later cut to go pick up another Superman, and Iris, Lois, and Earth 38 Superman run into Smallville Superman. So yeah, I never watched Smallville. I heard it's a good show, but this is the actor who plays Clark Kent slash Superman in Smallville. It was good to see you. I guess it was my small little taste of Smallville. I know people who watch Smallville probably were just so happy inside. Anyways, Iris and Lois basically explain that there's this crisis happening and stuff like that, and that Lex Luthor is coming to kill him. And basically, Smallville Superman's like, Lex Luthor, what does the president want with me? And then all 3 of them like, president? What the hell are you talking about? And stuff like that. Then they later vanish because Lex Luthor shows up. We go to commercial break. When we come back from commercial break, Lex Luthor basically, tells Smallville Superman, it's like, I know who you are. I'm Lex Luthor. And basically, Smallville Superman's like, oh, so you're this Lex Luthor they were talking about. And basically, Lex Luthor was going to try to kill, Smallville Superman. He pulls out a kryptonite, like little shard of kryptonite, and he's like, here, taste. Basically, Lex Luthor's like, taste the music, basically. You're about to die. And basically, Smallville Superman takes the little kryptonite shard out of Lex's hand, and he just stares at it, and just throws it. Now, for me, I haven't seen Smallville. And I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, wait, is this Superman like immune to like kryptonite now? It's later revealed that Smallville Superman started a family, and he gave up his powers. And I swear, John Cryer a crazy. He's great in this scene because he looks so disgusted. He's like, because he steps on one of Smallville Superman's kids' toys, and he's basically like, son of a. You know what I mean? And John Cryer does a really good performance with this. And Lex Luthor is looking at him like, so that's what it is. You became a family man. He's like, so what happened? So like, why aren't you weak to the kryptonite? And basically, Superman, like I said tells Lex he gave up his powers. And Lex Luthor is like, are you effing kidding me? And I just found it so funny because Lex came all this way to try to kill Superman, and he's like, you know what? I'll do you one better. I'll spare you. I'm not gonna kill. I'm not gonna kill you. And he just leaves, and I'm like, okay, so you just spared him for no reason then. I'm like, well, okay, I just found that scene funny personally because I found it funny because Lex got all pissed in the aspect that this Superman does not have powers anymore. And he's like, fine, I won't mess with you now. You got no power, so you're no threat to me. Or at first, Lex tries to go in for a punch, but then frickin' Smallville Superman punches him back. And he's like, yeah, I still looks like I still got it and stuff like that. And basically Lex runs off. He's like, it don't matter if you got no powers or not. You're still a nuisance to me. And I'm like, and he's like, I still hate you basically. And he just leaves to go to another Earth. I'm like, this guy never gets his way. I'm like, Lex Luthor, I swear, man, this dude is crazy. So, anyways, we see, I guess, Smallville Lois Lane, and basically Smallville Superman tells her, like, yeah, these guys telling me about this crisis event when stuff like that. She laughs at it, and then they go off to go feed their kids. I think that's we're not gonna see him again. I think that was just a nice little fun cameo for Smallville fans to see. I thought it was a pretty cool cameo. I thought it was one of my favorite parts of the episode personally. And even though I don't watch Smallville, but just the Lex Luthor revealing when getting revealed that, you know, this Clark Kent does not have powers. I just found it funny because I could watch that scene over and again, and I'm like, and I just start laughing because he literally got, he was like, Lex Luthor's like, F this guy. That's it, I'm done. Um, anyways, before that, I know they go to, basically, we see John Constantine in this, and basically, they said John Constantine finds an Earth that has a Lazarus pit because on our Earth, Earth One, all the Lazarus pits were destroyed by Thea. So yeah, and basically Sarah seems like she's down on the plan to do it, but still okay with it, not okay with it. But she basically tells Constantine, like, listen, make sure you bring his soul back once he's revived. And basically Constantine's like, okay, I'll do what I can do and stuff like that. So Sarah kind of gives him a side eye, like, you effing kidding me, really? So, anyways, we cut back to Earth 99, and this is when we start getting crazy revelations, where I'm just getting out of my seat. So, Bruce is basically telling Kate, you know, stuff like this, stuff like that, and he basically kind of gives a hint to Kate that basically he did some pretty bad things, and he did some bad thing from the newspaper saying, and I think the paper said Batman ends his reign of terror, and basically, and Kevin Conroy, he was amazing this episode, amazing. Basically, he admits that yeah, he started killing people after Earth 99 Kate Kane died. And I swear, he goes on this crazy monologue, and Kevin Conroy does an amazing job with this, where he basically talks about, like, um, you know, things like that, and it's insane what he's saying because now he just sounds like an insane person. Like, after Kate dying, he turned insane and he just started killing people. And yes, it's confirmed he started killing people. And I was like, oh. And basically Kate's like, but you had a code and stuff like that. And basically Bruce is like, who gives a rat's a code? When and he was basically saying, like, what's a code when people end up dying for no reason? And basically he started to sound like a crazy maniac. He started to sound like he was about to go to Arkham really, and he looked like he was really like emotionally taken out of or emotionally depleted. Like he literally lost everything, and Kate losing on his Earth was a thing that made him snap. Um, anyways, we cut back to what Lois, Earth 38 Superman, and Iris are doing, and they go to I didn't I was laughing so hard because I was just amazed at the performance Kevin Conroy was doing. And I didn't see the Earth Kingdom Come Superman is on, but basically they go to Kingdom Come Superman's Earth and stuff like that. And he basically looks like Ray Palmer. And funny thing, Iris mentioned, she's like, "You look like Ray Palmer," stuff like that. And they basically talk, and he gives hints, especially to Lois, like, "Have we met before?" And he was like, "Have we met before? You seem awfully familiar." And the two will look like they're getting it on, and then after the eighth been like, because he's getting a little jealous that his wife is hitting on another Superman. So it seems like whatever universe Lois goes to, or Earth she goes to, she's always falling for a Superman. But he also mentions the fact that Earth 38 Superman's glasses, and he's like, "Oh, nice glasses you got there," and yeah, that's funny. So, anyways, we go back to Earth 99, and Kara and Luke Fox are talking, and basically Kara's using her X-ray vision to see, and she sees a passageway and stuff like that, and basically she sees this, I guess, case, and basically it's a case of some of Batman's greatest, if you know, rogues gallery. No, they showed a Joker card. I think they had a cane that referenced um the Penguin. I believe so. They read that cane referenced the Penguin. And then I think there was something else that referenced another Batman villain. But yeah, and then Carl realizes he's like, these aren't like accomplishments or something like that. These look more like trophies. And that's when we get the revelation, or Kara gets the revelation that she finds that Batman kills as well. And then she looks at these pair of glasses, and basically, Luke reveals that, yeah, Bruce, or Batman, Earth 99 Batman, killed Earth 99 Superman. Are, in other words, what Luke said here, his alter ego. So basically, he killed Clark Kent slash Superman. Um, they had a fight, and it was and because of their fight, it's the reason why Bruce is in the exoskeleton he is in now. So yeah. So in other words, this Batman did what Batman from Dawn of Justice, Superman versus Batman, that terrible movie. Earth 99 Batman did what, the movie Batman couldn't do, and that's kill Superman. So, yeah. Um, it was pretty crazy here, and this literally got Kara pissed. It got Kara pissed. So, anyways, we jump back to the Kingdom Come universe, or the Kingdom Come Earth, and basically they tell Kingdom Come Superman, like, you know, what the hell is going on, and that there's a crisis going on and stuff like that. Kingdom Come Superman also reveals that he's lost a lot of people because of, a certain individual from Gotham um, not being able to, get enough media coverage, and he said it gassed the building, which, aka, they make another Joker reference. The Joker went into the Daily Planet and basically gassed up the place, killed a lot of people, or everybody that this Superman was familiar with. Then Lex Luthor shows up out of nowhere and basically uses the Book of Destiny to make. And he basically says, he's like, Why should I kill Superman when I can have Superman kill Superman? And he basically makes Kingdom Come Superman fight Earth 38 Superman. And the fight I actually liked. It was another big thing. I thought the fight looked good. I mean, basically, also it's revealed that Kingdom Come Superman is a paragon of truth. And basically, Earth 38 Superman and Kingdom Come Superman have a little scuffle, and then they basically fight. They fight because Lois and Iris think of other things, like instead of hate, like Lex was thinking, they make him think of love, and then basically Kingdom Come Superman calms down, and yeah, that was it. Now, when the battle was going on, and Lex is just holding the book, and they're just Iris and Lois are just watching him fight, and I'm like, okay, okay. I was about to criticize the episode at a point. I was about to criticize the episode at a point, and I was like, okay, so and I'm like, wait, Lex Luthor technically is not really much of a fighter without his tech. He's basically like Iron Man in a sense. I'm like, Iris and Lois should be more than enough to take him down. I'm like, knock this guy out. During the episode when I was watching, I was like, dude, knock Lex Luthor out so you can stop this Kingdom Come Superman from doing what he's doing. Finally, Lois knocks him out. And I'm like, it took you like, 5 minutes after the Superman started fighting to knock him out. I was about to say, I'm like, dude, just knock his butt out. He's just sitting there doing nothing, looking at his, amazement of what he's doing. Anyways, we should back to what Barry, Mia, Sarah, and Constantine are doing, and they go to Earth 18 because there is a Lazarus pit in Earth 18. And I know I'm getting ahead. I'm just gonna try to finish up that story real before I get to the more major aspects of this, story, which morally resulted in the Batman and Superman stuff. But you know, um, they do revive Oliver. Oliver comes out basically like a dang monster, and they knock him out. Or basically Sarah tranks him because Mia's trying to talk to her, and Oliver's just like, you know, he's a monster because he just been awakened by the Lazarus pit. Um, so Constantine tries to do a spell to get Oliver's soul back, but he can't do that because the antimatter's messing with his magic. Um, I'm not gonna try to say this is a negative of the episode. I know it's like, you know, they had to find some way to bring Oliver back. But I guess my one gripe with this episode, and there's another thing with this episode, is, well, if you're not able to use your magic to bring his soul back, why did you even bring him back in the first place? Now, they're obviously going to find some way to get, I guess, the soul of Oliver back in him where he somehow remembers himself and stuff like that. I guarantee that eventually that's going to happen. But I guess one of my gripes is it's not a huge gripe. It's like sort of like a nitpick. I would just say like, why would you just not say this from the start, Constantine? Like, if you possibly knew that the antimatter was gonna affect your magic, why not just tell him, say, look, this ain't going to work. So we're just wasting time doing this. And we're wasting, Oliver's time of doing this. So yeah. Okay. That's all I gotta say for that storyline. That storyline kind of ends off for the rest of the episode. And we really don't see kind of them again, really. Um, we don't really see Barry, Sarah, me, and Constantine for the rest of the episode. Well, until tomorrow's night's episode. Anyways, we go back to Gotham, Earth 99, Earth 99, and basically, Bruce basically reveals that he killed Superman to Kate, and basically Kate's like, "Why did you do that?" And she's like, "Our Kara basically tells Kate like he killed Superman." And basically, Kate tells him, like, why'd you do that? And basically, Batman, in basically a sadistic way, is like, he's from another planet. you know, basically the same. He kind of gave a little sadistic type of speech on what if Superman went bad. And he was basically saying to Kate, is like, he's an alien from another planet. he has godlike powers. He's like, what happens when that power gets out of hand and stuff like that? And then Kara talks to him about that, like she didn't have the right to do that. And then and then freaking Bruce is like, basically saying, I don't give enough. He punches Kara, and Kara goes flying. I'm not even joking, goes flying. And then he has like this little dial thing that opens up. It shows that he has kryptonite. So it makes sense. And obviously, Kara is weak to it and stuff like that. Um, you know, Kate actually stands up against Bruce. They fight a bit, like, well, just like one kick Kate gives him. Bruce basically falls back to this like basically this power box, gets electrocuted, and I guess dies. Well, he was an old man. He looked like an old man, so he's dead. So yeah. Um, because in my notes it said Kate and Bruce had a short fight, and he gets electrocuted and then dies with a question mark, but he's probably dead anyways. So yeah. Anyways, like I said, the people all meet back in the people all meet back in the Wave Rider, Kingdom Come Superman, and Ray Palmer. They're talking because they look so much alike. And I think Supergirl makes a mention about that. He's like, why is Ray all jacked? And basically Earth 38 Man's like, no, this isn't Ray, this is the other Kryptonian. We were here. And they basically look at each other and they're like, and they have a nice little smile. Um and then Lois gives baby John to Kingdom Come Superman, and basically Kingdom Come Superman reveals to the others that he had a son called Jason. So yeah. Um, and I guess here's the next nitpicky thing of this episode that I kind of was really, well, I was more ticked off about this than the Constantine not being able to bring back his soul. And that's from the aspect that the Monitor just basically tells Kate, like, yeah, you're basically the paragon of courage, the one that, stuff, basically the stuff of that. And I'm like, I guess you can say this is kind of my one nitpick issue I have with this episode. I'm like, well, if she's the paragon of courage, and she was the paragon of courage this entire time, why didn't you tell her when the episode started off, when you're announcing who the hell the paragons were? You were name dropping Kara as a paragon. You name dropped Sarah as one of them. You could have just not told Kate that she's a paragon of courage too. You had to make her go to Earth 99 for nothing just to do anything. It's like, no, it was cool to see Kevin Conroy, but I'm like, so you're telling me Kate and Carl wasted that entire time going to Earth 98, 99, or Earth 99 to only just find out that Kate is the paragon of courage? I'm sorry, I actually kind of got a little bit ticked off because I'm like, okay, the Monitor agent ain't telling stuff. He's just telling us this stuff at the last minute. And wants us to be all prepared and stuff like that. Man, tell us what we need to know and do this crap. I'm sorry. I might be a little frustrated at it, and you might say, "Well, Camfrey 15, you shouldn't be over the top and worried about this." Well, I kind of am because I'm like, well, if he knew she was the paragon of courage, why not just tell her earlier in the episode? We could have saved the entire plot of finding out that Batman killed, even though it was cool to find out. We could have saved that entire Batman plot, and that's it. Not to say that that part was not good, but I'm saying for story purposes for Kate and Kara, they didn't even need to go to Earth. They could have probably helped finding Superman, Kingdom Come Superman, or something else, or maybe helping Oliver get resurrected in the Lazarus pit. So anyways, um, Kara and Kate have a nice little talk and stuff like that, and Kate's basically in the down because, if you know from Batwoman, she does tell Kara like, yeah, my sister kind of killed my, um, mother-in-law, and then as well as framed my dad for a crime he didn't commit. And basically, Kara's telling her to always have hope in, things and stuff like that. And she does give Kara a picture from Earth 99 she picked up, which was a picture of Kate and um, Beth, or AKA Alice, from her thing. And basically, Kate is like, I wish I could have that type of, I wish this Alice was kind of in my life right now. And basically, Kara's like, well, you can't you? Like, why don't you try? Basically, Kate says, see, it seems like you're getting that hope back and stuff like that. I'm just gonna be honest. If let's be real, if Kara would had the same, I guess, sexualization as her sister Alex, um, man, I swear they'd probably be like, Jesus. Her and Kate probably would have already kissed, or probably already would have done something by now with each other. So, I don't know. They kind of hinted. It's funny because when they first introduced Batwoman, I found it funny how they kind of initiated like a shipping between the two, even though Kara's not that like that type of way. And they're like basically friends, but you know, I find it nice that this whole little Batwoman Supergirl dynamic, and the fact that I guess for people who were shipping these two, I guess you got another evidence of shipping proof. I thought it was really a cool scene. I thought it was a nice, fun, interesting, cool scene between the two. Reveals their friend. Kara also reveals to Kate that now that the Book of Destiny is basically here, she's like, well, I don't really give a crap anymore. She's like, if the Book of Destiny is just there, what's stopping me from bringing back Earth 38? And Kate basically tells like Kara, but the monitor, because monitor earlier in the episode said this. He's like, well, in essence, he basically said if you revive an Earth that has been destroyed, things will just go for the worse. So Kara basically tells Kate she's gonna use the Book of Destiny to bring back Earth 38, despite the things that could go wrong. So technically, so because of that, that might actually play more into what happens for Supergirl's, I guess, back half of the season. So as if it pertains to, I guess, how it happens on other Earths, I don't think it will. I think it will only affect Kara's Earth on how much things will get worse. And if she does do that, we'll see if you watch Supergirl. So yeah. So after Supergirl walks off, um, it's revealed that Kate reveals that she has that little vial that Bruce had on his little exoskeleton suit. And she reveals that she has the kryptonite. And she shows the kryptonite and she looks up like she's worried. Like maybe she's understanding where Earth 99 Bruce is coming from. So are we going to see Kate turn on Kara? Now in the next episode preview, it's looking like there's a scene between the two, and Kate looks, or Kara looks upset at Kate. And I'm guessing that's when we get the revelation of that Kate has a kryptonite, and she says she probably will tell her like, I'm just gonna keep this. And if Kara's like, why? And she's like, I don't know, just in case. And maybe that's where their friendship might, I guess, not be as strong, and maybe Kara might stop trusting her. And I guess it could actually be a bit of a character development moment for Kara, so where she can understand more of where Lena's coming from in terms of not trusting anybody. So, anyways, the episode ends off with Lila in this bed, and she's still having these, haze going on with the voices in her head. And basically, we get the revelation of the anti-monitor. And I'm like, when I heard him talk, I'm like, this is the anti-monitor. And then the anti-monitor shows up, and I'm like, oh, shoot. And basically, he tells Lila, come on, Harbinger. Let's get to work. And that's when the episode ends off. Tonight's episode was a good episode. I think in some aspects, I still think episode 1 of Crisis was much better than this episode, but still, I digress. It is what it is. Next week, it looks like it's going to be, I guess, leading up to the final battle of Crisis and stuff like that. Black Lightning does appear in the trailer as well. And now getting to a little bit of the end of Black Lightning, or talking about Black Lightning, they do show the red skies in Black Lightning's episode. The moment the episode, like I think like a good 10 minutes into the episode, so they show that, and basically Black Lightning's daughter Jen gets affected by it, and she's having an internal struggle within herself. All these different alternate or different Earths of Jen, and stuff like that. If you watch Black Lightning, you know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to talk more about the main plot of tonight's episode because it was their mid-season finale, and it kind of catered more to that. So if you don't know what the hell I'm talking about, yeah. But as for the people who don't watch Black Lightning, you're like, okay, you're only talking about the red skies. How does this pertain to him possibly getting to, Earth 1 in Crisis? So basically, with 5 minutes left to go in the episode, basically, like I said, earlier, there were like three, because of red skies, it affected Jen's, powers, which is Black Lightning's youngest daughter. In other words, she was going around these different Earths, seeing different parallels of her exact self on different takes of what's currently happening in the story of Black Lightning. There was one Jennifer, or there was three different Jennifers. The Jennifer we know from the current Black Lightning TV show, um, a Jennifer from Earth 2, and then I didn't see if they mentioned the Jennifer from from this other alternate Earth or whatever. But one Jennifer basically explains, or she's from an Earth where basically she's locked up in this containment facility for meta called the Pit. And in other words, because Black Lightning and her older sister, um, Anissa, basically drank this water, which basically took away their powers. So, in other words, this group called the ASA got all upset at them and basically is taking out on Jen and basically locked her up like as she's like basically a jailbird. And then there's this other um, Jen from Earth 2 that basically is, you know, evil. Or other words, a cold-blooded murderer, and she's evil because she listens to I guess the main villain of Black Lightning, which is looking like it's gonna be the main villain, Black Lightning, Agent Odell, and basically, she's basically kind of an evil Gen that just listens to the orders the group called the ASA gives out to her, and basically she's like their own little tool slash assassin slash thing they use. Anyways, that Gen ends up killing Black Lightning, ends up killing her sister Thunder, or Anissa, and ends up killing the mom, Lynn. Um, anyways, that what kind of covers the Black Lightning plot. As for Black Lightning, now how it pertains to Crisis is, um, at the last 5 minutes, all the three gens, because of it, that first they were connected at one part earlier in the episode, then they get reconnected again, and they're all talking to each other. Now the Gen we know, love and know, starts fighting the evil Gen for doing what she did, and then the Gen who's basically, the one who's basically from the pit, basically says like, "What's that bright light? What's that white light?" And basically, the other gens are like, "What the hell are you talking about?" And they see this white light, and it's revealed to be the antimatter wave. The antimatter wave takes away the gen that was basically locked up or the one in the collar, um, and the antimatter wave also takes out the evil gen, or evil Jennifer. Now the Jennifer we love and know did not like wipe away. So they pan back to what currently is going on the Black Lightning Earth, because Jen's like, in essence phasing in and out of the world, and in essence kind of like dying basically. So anyways, the antimatter wave hits hits Black Lightning's Earth, and Gamby, who was basically like Black Lightning's Alfred in a sense, are his guy in the chair, um, his wife Lynn, and his daughter Anissa. They basically get hit by the antimatter wave, and yeah, they're gone. So basically, in other words, like I'm saying, Crisis and Black Lightning, obviously the writers for Crisis had a little bit of input, or I had a little input with, tonight's Black Lightning's episode, how it ended. But anyways, tonight's Black Lightning's episode, especially the last 5 minutes, was like like the end credit scene in Ant-Man and the Wasp, where Hank Pym, Janet, and Hope all got dusted when Thanos snapped his finger in it. Basically the same thing that happened in Black Lightning tonight. Um at the end. So yeah. And Black Lightning will probably have been teleported through the monitor to come to Earth 1 to help out with the crisis. Now, we're going to find out how he reacts to the fact that he lost his Earth, and then he lost his wife, his 2 daughters, and everybody else. So, yeah, now, will that Earth be restored? Only will know. Now, Kara says she's going to revive Earth 38. Bad things will happen. I'm guessing they'll probably bring back all the other Earths. So, yeah. But another good episode, as well as you can tie in the last 5 minutes of Black Lightning to this crossover, because it was a little bit of the crossover. That's the only reason why. Well, I do watch Black Lightning, but that was the main reason why, instead of just making a review right after the episode ends, right after tonight's episode ended for Crisis, I just watched tonight's to see, okay, what the hell's going on here. Anyways, yeah. So for you people that did not see tonight's Black Lightning episode, I know on the CW app it does post at 11 o'clock Pacific time, which would be 2 o'clock Eastern time, and 1 o'clock. I think 1 o'clock. Yeah, 1 o'clock. I think in the Midwest, and then whatever, wherever else. But it will post. That's when That's when it will post. So if you want to check out the 5 last minutes, or you can probably find it on YouTube somewhere. But you want to watch the last 5 minutes of tonight's Black Lightning episode, please do, because it caters a lot to Crisis. And like I said, it's like the Ant-Man and the Wasp scene and the post-credits scene after that movie ended. So yeah, so technically Crisis took a little bit of Avengers Endgame on it, because technically, in essence, this is like an Avengers Endgame event just on TV. So yeah, all I gotta say is this. I find it so funny how the CW DC TV shows are doing a hell of a lot better job continuity wise, and hell staying afloat more than what the DC cinematic universe can do. We just got Wonder Woman, Wonder Woman 2 trailer basically, released if you did, I think yesterday. That trailer was really good. I think I might talk about what I liked from that trailer. But I really like that trailer, and I like where this is going. I like where Wonder Woman's going. I thought Wonder Woman personally was, if not the best DC cinematic universe movie from that thing. Really, I only think the only good movies there is from that cinematic universe are Wonder Woman, Aquaman, and Shazam. And I barely even seen Shazam, but I know it's good. So yeah. So other than that, that's it. So that is Crisis on Infinite Earths. Episode 2, Batwoman episode 9, and it was a good episode. Not as good as the first one, last night's episode, but still a good episode nevertheless. So anyways, this video is almost an hour, but I'm gonna get out of here. If you like this video, leave a like. If there's a comment you want to put regarding tonight's episode, put it down in the comment section. And also hit that subscribe button to get more CWDC TV show content, whether it's Supergirl, Flash, or Arrow, which won't be on after the Crisis on Infinite Earth is over with. And also to get more Crisis on Infinite Earth review, I think we only have three more episodes left, because it's a 5-episode night. So 3 more episodes. So after tomorrow's episode, that's when they'll go on break. obviously I feel like they're gonna be a freaking cliffhanger at the end. So yeah, we're gonna see because tomorrow's episode is a Flash episode. So they're obviously focusing more on the Flash episode, on the Flash. So yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna get out of here. It's been fun. I'm Camry15. You guys have a great night. See you guys tomorrow for Crisis on Infinite Earths, Episode 3.